Hello, 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 and big welcome to this beginner's emotional intelligence workout. Now, I'm John. I'm an emotional intelligence coach and business psychologist, and this is a workout, a beginner's workout, that I designed for myself originally when I first started to think about improving my emotional intelligence. And I didn't grow up with good emotional intelligence at all, and then I learned about it in my master's, and I said, okay, well, how can I actually practically build the muscles of my emotional intelligence? I was learning the theory, but I wasn't understanding how to actually do that. So this is just a little workout that we can do to really start thinking about our emotions. Now you can see here we have a handful of different exercises that we are going to dive into together. Now at any point, feel free to just pause the video and continue at your own pace, because I'll give us about a minute or 30 seconds for each of those different exercises, but I recognize there's going to be times where we may need a bit more time to reflect on those in our own space. So feel free to pause the video and just do that at your own pace if that is something that you want to do. Excellent. Now, just before we get started, as you can see, I am going to be working on a piece of paper and a pencil just to write down the different emotions and things that I come up with for these different exercises. So feel free to grab that piece of paper and a pencil yourself, but you can also just follow along in your own head, in your own space as well. Excellent. So let's go into our first exercise, which is the bank of emotions. Now, this one is all about building our vocabulary, our literacy in the language of emotions, so that we can name our emotions in real time. And when I first started learning about emotional intelligence, or especially before my master's, I probably knew only 5, 10 different emotions max. Happy, sad, angry, excited, enthused, and maybe surprised or something like that. Nothing very much. So when I started learning about emotional intelligence, it starts with literacy. It starts with becoming more fluent in language of emotions. So that's what we're going to do. As you can see here, we have the wheel of emotions, and we are just going to spend 1 minute soaking in as many of those different emotions as we can think of. And then after that minute, we're going to spend 1 minute writing down as many different emotions as we can think of off the back of this little soaking in exercise. So here we go. Let's go. 1 minute of soaking in, studying, trying to learn as many different emotions as we can. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okie dokie, let's see how many emotions you soaked in. So 1 minute now of trying to write down as many different emotions as you can think of, just off the top of your head. So the emotion wheel is now to the side. I'll turn over mine as well, so I am not cheating. And so 1 minute of writing down as many different emotions as you can think of. 3, 2, 1, go. Yay-ho! Okie dokie, that is the minute done and dusted just like that. And let me just reset my timer. Done and dusted, just like that. Okay, let's go on to an awareness exercise. So, as you can see, we have a couple different emotions coming up on the screen here. And our task now is to say, when was the last time that you felt that emotion? So, we think about frustrated here. Maybe you felt that earlier today, yesterday, earlier in the week, last month, last year, whenever that makes sense for you, it's brilliant. So, different emotions are going to come up. We're going to do this for a minute. If you can't think of the last time you felt that emotion, absolutely brilliant. This is the first time we're thinking about this stuff. There's some that I can't think of. I know here, shock. I got to really think about that one. When was the last time I really felt shock? I don't know. Anyways, 1 minute. When was the last time you felt these emotions? Okay. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Excellent. So there we go. Now, on to our next exercise, which is empathy observations. So this time we're going to flip that same exercise that we just did around. And instead of focusing on us and our own emotional awareness, we are going to look at the emotions of others. So exact same exercise and same emotions are going to come up on the screen. But now the task is to say, when was the last time you observed that emotion in others? It's going to be a little bit trickier, absolutely. And again, if you can't think of a time when you observe that emotion in others, absolutely fine. Just go on to the next one. Just go on to another emotion. So, 1 minute. Let's dive in. When was the last time you observed these emotions in others? 3, 2, 1, go. Really, Bobs. Okay, on to the next exercise. We're going to go on to an emotion check-in. So now we're just going to spend 1 minute thinking through all the different emotions that we're feeling right now. Absolutely off the back of this little workout right now, but also in light of your day, in light of your week, whatever is going on in your space right now, what are the different emotions that you're feeling? So I'm going to put the emotion wheel back up so you can use that as a resource. And 1 minute, and just what are the different emotions that you're feeling right now? If you only think of one, brilliant. If you think of none, brilliant as well. It's just about reflecting and identifying the different emotions that you're feeling right now. So 3, 2, 1, go. we go. Okay, so on to our last 2 exercises, and well done for sticking with this so far. So what we're going to do now, both 30 seconds, we're going to start off with gratefulness, then we're going to go into excitement, and it's just 30 seconds of writing down all the things that you're grateful for. And then we'll go on to excitement. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Excellent, so that was the 30 seconds, and now on to excitement. So same exercise there. What are you excited for? Looking ahead into the rest of the day, into tomorrow, into next year. What are you excited for? 30 seconds, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Yabba dabba do. That is our workout done and dusted, just like that. So huge well done again on sticking with that, on going through those different exercises, and all of them can be done again to keep on building that emotional intelligence. But I do have a couple other workouts for you to dive into, which you can see here, and also links for all this is in the description, because there are some other videos that you can dive into if you want to keep on learning about your emotional intelligence. But otherwise, just wishing you a most fantastic day going forward, and happy doings.